Hi, I'm Mary. Welcome. This website has been designed for the do-it-yourself investor who is at retirement. At retirement means you have circled the date on the calendar when you are going to start retirement that day. And it is also the date that you figured out when you're going to have your last paycheck deposited in the bank. And of course, the next question is always going to be, what do I do next? How do I work with the different kinds of places to draw the money together so that I can have the lifestyle that I think I want and have been planning for many years? So we're going to design your paycheck. And of course, you've already figured out there's more than one answer to this concern. And there really are 5 things that I've found people are confused about, don't quite know where to find answers, and so we've put together a series of little mini modules to give you an idea of how to go about this business of designing your retirement paycheck. First thing we look at is Social Security, and the first thing we recommend that you do is find out exactly how much money it is that's going to be coming to you. If you haven't recently gotten a statement from Social Security, you need to do that. And you go to ssa.gov, and you have to do it online because that's how they operate. But get a current statement of what your earnings are. There's many more things to talk about and concerns with Social Security. If you have a spouse, you want to do some planning about when each of you take your retirements, who takes, there's just a whole lot of other things that go into that kind of decision. But for now, let's find out how much is going to be coming your way. Second thing people get really worried about is how much money are they going to need and how are they going to go about figuring that out? Well, unfortunately, there's no easy answer to that. What you have to do is get out a budget. You have to go back and figure out what you're spending. You have to look at where and how you want to move or live. In whatever, are you going to a different part of the country where the grandkids are, or are you going to stay at home where you're used to all of the different costs and expenses? There's typically been the rule of thumb that if you have 80% cash flow of what you were living on before retirement, that's good enough. The other thing that comes along as an idea is that you only need to spend 4% of your savings annually in order to meet your cash flow needs. I've never found anybody that really fits that kind of definition as a satisfactory retirement. What you have to do is just simply start putting down the numbers, put the figures together, add them up, and then with that as a base, we have some other things that we can recommend that you do. But you need to start with the numbers that you're going to be using and living with. Third thing you want to do is look at lifestyle choices. Here again, you're going to want to include whoever other members of the household are involved, because they're going to have ideas about how you're going to spend your time and your money. We're talking about, do you want to have a second home in another part of the country? Do you want to move to be where the grandkids are? All these kinds of lifestyle choices are part of figuring out how the money's going to flow. Then we come to the subject of risk, and there's always the fear you're going to run out of money or you won't have enough, and then there's always a question of how much is enough. So I honestly wish, excuse me, I honestly wish that I had an answer for that. What we do have is an interesting little widget. You do have some control over the ways in which you withdraw your funds. And this little widget will show you how, over the long term, the sequence of withdrawals can be managed in a way that is going to do some good for you in making the money stretch and last. Finally, we look at health care. I wish I knew what to tell you about that. But what we do have ways for you to look at is things you never think about spending, and the out-of-pocket costs in retirement can seriously add up. We have some information, some forms you can fill out, and we can get you some answers as to what those kinds of figures can add up to over time for you. Finally, when you have all of these different pieces and numbers to put together, what we can do with them is put them into a kind of a big picture. It will give you a graph and a way to look at how your monies are going to benefit you in terms of the hopes and wishes and dreams that you want. You'll have a picture. You'll see where maybe you need to make some changes. Maybe everything's just wonderful and you're really, really ready to go forth and not worry about a thing. But these are our mini modules that we offer. It gives you an idea of what it is that you're going to be doing if you go through the expanded modules that we offer. And it's all these 5 subjects we've just gone over. And when you work through them, we have much more in-depth information and resources to share with you. So if this is interesting, if it's what you're looking for in the way of help in figuring out your retirement cash flow, we'd be delighted to have you take a look at the larger in-depth programs, the major modules that we offer. This is all done privately. This is all done 24/7. The materials are available, so you can work at your convenience and on your own time. No one is going to be involved with you. We don't want, in fact, we warn you against giving information that is private that could be traced to you. So if this is the kind of thing you're looking for, please click the button below and you can get further information.